Request backup!
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Good afternoon, wherever you're watching from. This is Request Backup. My name is Leo, your host, and this is episode 2. Today is going to be a very special show because, yes, a lot of this show is based in the Philippines, pero medyo international ang ating approach yung araw na ito. We invited over a very special guest, a good friend of mine from overseas, to talk about roles in Mobile Legends. And of course, our second guest is a colleague of mine, my brother from MPL Philippines. We'll introduce them in just a bit. But for now, kumusta kayo? I want to know how you guys are doing. Sound off in the comments below. Whether you're watching through the EGG Network Facebook page or through my Facebook page, please share the stream and of course, like and follow pages. Alright, we're gonna be doing this for a few more episodes this season and I hope you guys are having fun. Later, meron tayong audience question. I'll be asking that and I hope you can answer and share with us as we talk about roles in Mobile Legends Bang Bang. Let's go ahead and introduce our guests for the day. They'll be joining us to talk about their roles, their favorite players, and of course, what they love and hate about playing that specific role. First up, good friend of mine from all the way in Johor Bahru, Malaysia. She's a streamer and content creator. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome Miss Rose. Gaming Rose, kumusta?
My name's Rose and I'm a Filipina-Chinese streamer based in Malaysia and I've been streaming for the past 3 years and I'm now a content creator. Hi, everybody!
What's up? Guys, si Rose nagtatagalog, alright? So legit yun. When she says she's Filipino-Chinese in Malaysia, like, that's it. Tama ba, Rose?
Tama.
Okay. Sometimes she speaks better Tagalog than me. So that bothers me. I'm glad. Let's see if you can get new fans from the Philippines today. Our second guest, of course, it's no secret that you guys love him. The adorable and ever so eloquent, sometimes oddly intelligent, our analyst from MPL Philippines. Let's all welcome Renmar Santa Cruz.
Thank you. Why oddly? Is it? Do I just like hammer in on the adorable side too much that it's surprising that hey, this guy knows stuff?
Hindi naman. But now that you mentioned it, maybe. It does sometimes catch me off guard na, oh nga no, tama yung sabi ni Reptar. But anyways, back to the action. That's the dynamic, alright? So, what's interesting is, this is a lot of the setup. Ganito yung itsura ng desk namin sa MPL. It's me, and then someone in the middle, and then it's Renmar on the other end. So, Rose, what is it? Right? What does it feel like? Ganito yung experience ng mga caller caster namin. They get sandwiched by me and Renmar.
So, parang siya, kahit di ako magkakas, at least na-experience ko pa rin. To be beside two Lodis, you know?
Oh, thank you.
I'm a Lodi. Yay.
You're an idolo? Oh my god, wait. Rose, you're a streamer, right? So,
yes.
Is there do you have a catchphrase over there?
Wala eh. I just curse a lot.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's just keep that on a down low for this episode.
Yeah,
Pero,
I'll behave.
I'm talking about like kasi sa Pilipinas, obviously, I'm sure you're also aware, even with the champions, Blacklist International, World Champions, Bren Esports, and in all of that, Onyx Philippines, diba? Like teams who are everywhere and teams who are so well known. I'm sure even in Malaysia, kilala mo yung Next Play Evos, right?
Yes.
And all of them there are streamers, and they speak in a very specific way. So yun yung hinahanap ko eh. Kung meron bang parang pattern amongst Malaysian streamers that they all kind of pick up.
To be honest, I think so far wala pa naman. But for me, I think that the only thing that makes me stand out is that I can speak multiple languages on stream, and I think that's only my, shining point. That's it.
Sample. What languages? So, you spoke Tagalog already. You spoke a little bit of English. Pag Chinese kasi baka ibang... What What other language? Bahasa. Bahasa Melayu.
Yeah, so I usually be like, "Hi guys, selamat malam, magandang gabi, welcome to the stream," those kind of stuff. So I just like try to mix it up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Dude, by watching a stream of Rose, it seems like you have to have a passport.
Yeah. You just need to have also like an app ready, like, or something on your phone that can just listen, like, please translate this for me. And then, oh.
Oh, she snuck that in. She snuck that in. Whoa.
That in.
All right. So, as mentioned, tonight we're talking about roles, and fans of yours, Rose, would know that you play a specific role. Isa lang ang role mo, tama?
Actually, dati isa lang, and then I had to learn to play other roles. So ngayon medyo madami na. A few lang ang hindi ko malaro talaga.
Okay. I guess I just come in, and whenever I do come in during your streams, parati kang jungler.
Yes, because I play with my supporters on stream, and they prefer me to play jungler.
Right. Let's just give all the farm to Rose and just let her take over later on. This is you playing here. Rogerist. Roger wins games.
Yes, Roger wins games.
Oh, all right. When was this screenshot taken? Would you remember?
I think it was the third day of the new season.
Oh, very recent.
Very recent, very recent.
Okay, all right. So jungling, we will get into exactly how you got into that and what that means. How about you, Reptar? What role did you specialize in? Kasi pag tayo naglalaro, parati ka flex eh.
Yeah, kasi madalas solo queuer ako. So kailangan ko talaga marunong mag-adjust with whatever role. I'm not saying I'm not equally good with all roles. Flex ako, but may kulang ako sa ibang department. But in terms of my main role, like when we're playing together, mas confident ako na nasa side lanes, either sa gold lane or usually XP lane. Alam ko tayong dalawa, and even our friend Womi were the ones who always like switch up between those two roles. Like one of us goes elsewhere. So yeah, it's mainly XP lane, turtle lane, off lane, call it whatever you want, or gold lane. Basta nasa side lanes.
Okay, and perfect hero to show here during your gameplay, it's Bane. This guy can go in both gold and XP.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tell us more about this screenshot. I think I see Naisu here. Naisu's playing in this game too.
Yeah, this was taken before a broadcast. I think it was just like in Saturday. So, for you guys who don't know, bago mag-umpisa yung MPL, we always try to sneak in like 2-3 games. Depende kung ilan kami or if we still have a lot of time. And the casters all play together. That's how we usually play together. And yeah, Nice who was playing here, he didn't play his signature gourd pick because someone mentioned that we're up against a Fanny and also a Hylos. So baka mahirapan yung gourd niya. And I remember I wasn't thinking about picking Bane actually. I was thinking of picking Esmeralda at this point. Pero naisip ko, I trust you guys that you guys are just gonna have an okay time like 4-man because madalas pag nasa XP lane ako, I'm just focusing on tower split push. Kaya nag-arrival ako when I play Bane.
Yeah, just be there and burst what needs to be bursted. So, I wonder what that means. Like enjoying that role of being isolated tapos sasali na lang later on. We will talk about it. But first, let's do a quick roll call. Let's do a quick roll call of folks in chat right now. Saying what's up to Cardo Dalisay, syempre, regular wherever we are. It's Ray Ashley, Herandiel, it's Andrew, it's Andy, it's Chico. We have here as well si Boss Ernest, miss you too. Papakalbo ka na rin ba? We have Excalibur. We have Mohammed. Rose is sending folks over from her stream. Love it. Your supporters are here.
They should be.
As they should. As well, over the EGG network page, we have Kila. Hello. How do we say hello in Malaysian? Bahasa. How do you say hi in Bahasa?
Wala kasing specific term for hello. So you can say like, apa kabar? That's how are you? Or you can say like, selamat datang, welcome.
Salamat datang. Did I say that right?
Selamat datang. Yeah, correct.
Okay, salamat datang. Okay, cool. You know what? I hate it. I have to admit, Renmar and I, sasama na kita dito, man. We're both very konyo. So even if you try to teach us Bahasa, it'll still sound a little wrong.
Come on, bro. Why you gotta throw me under the bus like that?
You say what she just said. You say it. Say it. Say what she just said.
Did you say it again?
Salamat datang.
Salamat datang.
Pwede. May potential naman eh.
Oh, diba? Diba? Akala mo, Leo.
Okay. Rose is just being extra nice. But, okay. Salamat datang to Muhammad, to Dave, to Tom, to Anil. There's so many folks as well on EGG that are just curious about this experience that we've all had playing specific roles. And last run before we get deep into this topic, John Mark and Christopher, how y'all doing? All right, nag-enjoy sila masyado. Our Filipino fans, they're enjoying the fact that we're struggling with our own language, and now we're trying to learn another one. But okay, sige, before we dig deep into our experiences, let's talk about all the roles muna, no? So there's 5 different roles in MLBB, and it's honestly taken a while for the game to settle into this specific pattern or formation. So first up, let's talk about the XP lane. Madalas yan nasa bottom, or it's whether you're in blue or red, but on default it's that bottom lane. It's where the turtle spawns first. So Balmond is an example of an XP laner. And then up next, we'll move through the map. The other side naman, there's your gold laner. So that's where you put heroes who need to farm up. That's your Miyas, your Lunoxes, Lunoxai. And then I think after that, we're gonna go to the next person who needs a lot of farm. It's your jungler. So Saber is one good jungler. You also have your Yusun Shins, your Lings, your Lancelots. Basta mabilis din sila mag-rotate. That's your jungler. Basically, mga all-star yan. Because you have to really pay attention to the map. And then, of course, you have your martyrs, your hard workers. Yung mga nasa mid galing. You have your mid laner or your support. Phosphor, minsan ang tawag dyan. And yes, Nana is one of the examples. You'll remember from MPL Philippines. P-God, one of the more prolific Nana users. Yan, mid type of player. And then last but not least, Pos 5. People with the least farm. They're also called roamers and tanks. Akai is one. You're remembering players like si Idol Yawi. You're remembering players like Lusty or Bimo playing amazing tanks. He just got MVP of week 6. So yun, those are the 5 different roles in Mobile Legends Bang Bang. And as mentioned, Rose is a preferred jungler. And then si Reptar, side laner, XP, and gold. My question is, how did you end up playing these roles? Paano kayo biglang, okay, for Rose, a long time, almost just exclusively playing jungle. How'd you end up there?
Okay, so ganito kasi yun. Nag-start ako maglaro ng Mobile Legends siguro around Season 3, if I'm not mistaken. And then I played mage support, kasi madali siya eh. But at that time, I didn't know what I was doing. Siguro until Season 10, that's when my squad left. And then parang, solo queue player ako. So I was like, hindi kaya eh. Pag public kasi minsan, maglalock sila ng core pero hindi nila alam gamitin. So that's when I started learning how to play core. That time, it was still gold lane pa yung marksman nun, diba? Hindi pa siya jungler. So I learned how to play Granger. Granger was my first ever MM that I learned. Yeah. Granger. Tapos I learned how to play carry. Then after that, after a few seasons, naging jungler na yung marksman. So I started learning the rotations, the positionings, the item. So ayun nga, hanggang sa naging jungler user na ako.
Okay. So if I understand correctly, you started marksman specialist.
Yes.
Okay. So it's your Grangers, it's your carries. If you have one favorite marksman, who would it be?
Granger.
Granger talaga. Okay. To be fair, I would say the same. I like Granger.
Solid. It's a solid pick.
Go Reptar, favorite marksman.
Nathan, alam mo yan.
Oh, that dude's broken.
Yeah, yes.
He's
Thank you.
broken.
Someone said it. He's broken. Sobrang
Okay.
sakit ng damage output niya sa early, and then when they added the swap to the ultimate, I love it.
I think the swap has been there forever.
No, it was always just like a small dash.
Okay,
Most
that
recent
dash.
yeah.
At first, like the first week, it was a dash to the other thing, but now it's a swap. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a full-on switcheroo.
Damn. All right. If they give Nathan a solid skin, I will say Nathan na. Next time. For
Agree
now,
ako dun.
Granger just gets all the love. So.
Granger's my in-game boyfriend as what my viewer says.
Oh. Okay. But Granger's a sad boy. You hear his voice lines, right?
But he's cute, you know? It's the face that counts.
Okay. Subjective. He's Megatron. So if that's cute, then
yes.
okay. All right. So from marksman specialist turning into a jungler, how did you treat the whole assassin transition? Kasi 'di ba, parang you have to have assassins now as well since you're a jungler. Basta may retry ka, dapat marunong ka rin mag-assassin. So, what was your first assassin that you picked up?
So you see, super palpak ko maglaro ng assassin. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. There's no point lying. But I'm learning how to play Hayabusa, because I feel like super ganda ng revamp niya eh. You know, yung napakalayo ng dash niya, yung second skill niya, di ba? It's like, ang layo. And then it's like super broken. Pero, ayun, it's still a work in progress kasi nga palpak ako mag-assassin for some reason.
Okay. So, Haya is what you're working on. Okay.
Yes.
Also Roger. You play Roger on
Roger.
stream too. Okay. So meron namang assassin. If you're trying to learn Hayabusa, I have a good friend. His name is Butters. He teaches people how to play Hayabusa live on MPL. Okay? So, over this weekend, nagkaroon ng technical difficulty, may pause.
Okay.
Ang nangyari, bigla sila nagturuan maglaro ng Hayabusa on stream. So they were like, okay, so paano ba yun? First skill? Okay. Tapos, ano sunod? Tapos, punta sa shadow. Really dumb.
Parang dapat panoorin ko ata yun eh. Kasi kahapon,
May replay ko yun.
I'll replay that too. Kasi kahapon naglalaro kami behind the scenes. It was during a game. I was off camera that time. Naglaro ko ng Hayabusa. Not gonna lie, the one Hayabusa game I played, there were 3 times sure kill na dapat yung makukuha ko, pero na-ulti ko yung mga minions, hindi yung tao.
Nice.
As in, medyo palayo na siya sa minion wave, so no excuse. I just have to target it properly. Pero pinundot ko lang, say, okay, patay ka na sa akin. Wait, nasan ako? Ay, yung minions yung na-ulti ko. So, I know how you feel. Like, highest assassins.
Okay. To be fair, people do hit the shadow kill on minions, but that's when they're like defending or pushing.
Yeah.
I think you meant to kill though.
Yeah, sa sitwasyon ko, no excuse talaga that I ended up hitting the minions.
Sige, from one jungler, that's Rose, let's move on to an XP laner / gold laner, Renmar. How did that come to be? Why do you enjoy playing the side lanes?
Cause usually roamer naman talaga ako. So the tanks, even the Rafaelas, I love playing roam. But in a full 5-on-5 setup, I'm not that comfortable doing it. Kasi minsan my shot calls are a bit off, or I'm masyado maasim ako maglaro. Minsan magsa-setup ako pero wala naman magfa-follow up. I usually roam pag solo queue. But recently, yeah, I've tried to veer away from that. It's always XP or side lane for me. I decided going for that because, again, just it stemmed from watching MPL eh. Pag nanonood ko yung mga analysis tungkol sa mga XP laners, this was before I even started casting for the MPL, the importance of the side lanes, specifically yun nga, the XP laner, the off laner. I fell in love with the role because it's, especially with the XP lane, hindi ka masyado tinitignan ng mga tao in the sense that parang 1v1 yan eh. That's the closest to 1v1 you'll get in the game. Sa gold lane pa nga, madalas kasi magagank yung mga kalaban mo or yung teammates mo, dun sila magagank. Kasi nga, ayaw nila ipa-farm yung mga gold lane na kalaban. Pero sa XP lane talaga, pure mechanical battle talaga. Sidestepping each other's skill shots, knowing how to play the minion waves, knowing when to freeze it, knowing when to clear. And then, I really fell for the role na rin because there was one time nag-interview kami ni Mara with XP laners, turtle laners, and at that time, we were talking to Renjo of Omega. And that time, it was still execration. And he said, ito yung role ng XP laner. Kailangan mo lang talaga gawin, manage mo yung waves mo, manalo ka sa matchup. Pinaka-importante, magbigay ka ng impormasyon sa turtle. Kasi dun magsaspawn yung turtle like most of the time. So you have to be able to tell that to your teammates. And ever since I saw wave cutting, I was like, hey, I want to try that too. Medyo delix pa ako mag-wave cut, but just the mechanical abilities that are required of being an XP laner, tsaka yung communication mo sa teammates mo, I fell in love with the role.
Oh, alright. So, ever since then, parang yun na yung fino-focus mo. Like, pag si Reptar nag-XP lane, ilista mo na.
Di naman sa ilista mo na, but more like, parang pencil book mo lang muna. Hindi pa yung hindi pa yung sure ball, pencil book lang.
Okay, pencil book lang, pwede pa erase.
Oo.
Pero nandyan na.
Yes.
Okay, the fact is nandyan na. Okay, alright. Interesting. I love that there seems to be a very personal and intimate relationship that you have with that role. Because again, for you, it's so visceral, it's so intrinsic. As for me, mapasok ko lang, explainer din ako at heart. Explainer din ako. And it's because of that as well. It's that silent backbone type of role wherein hindi ka naman star pero hindi ka rin naman parang pag nabugbog ka doon, it's over. There's actually a role you can play by letting yourself get beat up really hard. The fact na kahit na ikaw na yung binibisita, turn after turn, even if you have like a kill score of 0.55, you can still win the game. Yun parang inutaka mo talaga yung kalaban. And again, we see that in the best XP laners in any league, right? So, we talked about our roles, and we talked about how we ended up there. Let's talk about now our favorite and most hated parts. No, I'll start it. I already mentioned that as an XP laner, minsan tawag dyan dead lane. And as much as I'd like to say sanay ako, minsan nayayamot pa rin ako. Sometimes I just get bad beats and say, damn, why did I play Tams? Kala ko ba sobrang immortal ng hero na to? Why am I dying? Why am I 064 now? But yeah, that's the one thing I hate about being an XP laner is minsan you have nothing to do but to just hold. And again, I don't know who said it out loud, but if you guys will remember, yung time, one of the best series in MPL history, yung Bren vs. Execration na 45 minutes or 50 minutes, maybe even an hour. Sino naglaro nun ng Uranus? Imagine mo yun, sino nagsabi nun, nag-Uranus ka ng 45 minutes?
Si Wolfata nagsabi yun
You're just pressing 2 buttons and then walking around. So, yun, like that's two things I mentioned. One is that the fact that you're gonna die a lot, and then the other is sometimes it's a brain dead role. Like it's just wala. Yeah. How about you, Rose? What's a jungling thing that you hate?
Jungling thing that I hate is yung pag nire-rush ka nila, yung kakaspan pa lang ng buff mo, tapos nandun na sila lahat. Yung parang ano ba kasalanan ko? May problema ka sa akin. Yung tipong first wave pa lang ng buff, nandyan na sila, ready to like rush you in, ready to like steal. Tapos, palagi ka nilang ilalok. I mean, obviously, being that you're the core, ilalok ka talaga nila. Pero may mga taong galit na galit sila sa'yo. They don't want to see you get farmed.
It's the attention.
Yes.
There's so much attention on the jungler. I think that's what I don't like to deal with. So, okay na akong parating patay or hirap sa lane, pero at least I'm just dealing with 1 or 2 people at most.
True.
Okay. Reptar, do you like the attention? Or, I mean, your role doesn't have much. We're kind of the same.
No, ito. Thing I hate the most, especially pag nagsa-solo queue ako. I don't feel this when I'm like in pre-made teams. Pero, sipin mo, 10k gold lead na yung kalaban. Yung mga kasama mo, nag-aaway pa rin. Gusto manalo ng team fight, ng clash, gusto maka-pick off. Sasabihin nila, uy, XP-laner, nasan ka naman? Oh, for example, Tams, nasan ka naman? Sali ka naman sa laban. Natatalo kami kasi wala ka Pre, 10k gold lead nga yung ginagawa ko, nagsisplit push ako. I'm gonna focus the turrets, man. And sometimes it hurts, you know, because your teammates are telling you we're losing because of you. But hey, man, we can't win a fight at this point. I just want to focus the turrets so that they can be forced back, spread out, and then we can get back our jungle. Come on.
Get it? There's so many things you mentioned na talagang parang any player would feel like, eh. But okay, Reptar, work with me here. Is the one thing you hate about it is the fact na yung significance mo, yung impact mo sa laro ay hindi immediate. Tama ba?
Yes.
Is that one thing that's annoying you as an explainer?
Yeah, and that's always been, I feel like, the thing with offlaners, even outside of MLBB. Whoever is in that lane, yung laging one-on-one, yung sustain type hero that can hold the lane, you can affect the game without joining fights. Again, split pushing is super important. Some of the best XP laners or even kung fighters sila sa gold lane that we have, you don't see them join fights as often. Siguro papasok lang sila, try to get an ultimate in, and then go out because they see there's a minion wave pushing, split push sila. And yeah, it's not a direct feeling. But then once you start to feel like, hey, why is our map opening up more? But nawawalan ng tore yung mga kalaban namin, di naman kami nagpo-push. That's your XP laner doing the job for you.
Yeah. Renmar saying you're welcome, by the way. You're welcome. Mga explainer, silent workers. Real quick before we get into the favorite parts, our best parts of our roles, let's say hi to some peeps over on chat. You have a fan here, Rose, si Rakin. Say hi.
My supporters. Hi, Rakin!
All right. As well to Anthony. Jay is here. We have JM as well. So many people just dropped in, mga bago na gusto makisali. Guys, we have a question for y'all later. I hope y'all can share. Say what's up as well to Josh and to Sael and to Thea. Alright? And to Kian Malabanan. Saying hi specifically to
Yo!
Sanfan.
Hey, what's up, Kian? Yeah, man. So one of my very vocal supporters. Thanks for tuning in, bro.
Alright, so now let's get into the good part. Ano yung mga pinakagusto natin tungkol sa ating role? And I'll go back again. XP laners, the one thing I love about it is, I don't know, the heroes that you see in the XP lane, they're very simple to execute. I think the hardest XP laner to use right now is Benedetta.
Yep.
Yeah, that aside, my old man hands can play almost all of them. Sobrang lawak ng hero pool ko sa XP lane, but all the other roles, they kind of shrink. So, yeah, that's it. Like, mechanically speaking, not much you can really rely on. Konti lang talaga sabihin mong mechanical gods when it comes to the XP lane. Coming to mind, you have players like 3Mar TZ from TNC and Renegade from Next Play Evos and Edward. There you go, from Blacklist International. Pero, the other players that are really smart and really good at XP lane are more than just mechanical gods. They are, again, mautak. So when you say mautak na XP lane, who comes to mind? You have Dilarsky, you have Flaptizi, diba? There's so much more to playing the XP lane than the mechanics. So that's my favorite part. Here you'll see a few of the names that we mentioned. This is Season 7 Grand Finals MVP, si Edward. There's Flap TZ. Si Flap is a combination of both Mechanical, mamamain ka, pero you're suddenly gonna be attacked from a different angle, and I'm glad we saw Invoker play at least once in season 8.
Me too. Curtizi is also another really great one. He's also a good mix of very mechanically skilled, very big brain in playing it. James, my personal bias in Next Play Evos.
Whoa.
Yeah, man, we can have personal biases in teams. I mean, we all love the team.
This is mine. Stop. This is mine. Put respect on the hitman's name. But go ahead.
Yeah, man, we love all the teams equally. But we have our personal biases. Hey, Sanford. I don't know Sanford was an XP laner. I always thought he was a roamer. Yeah. From Omega. I believe that's Alidap, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Haven't seen him in action yet this season. Hopefully we do.
Renjo. Favorite mo?
Yeah, one of the people that inspired me to play XP lane more.
Oh, but what's your favorite part? Again, Renmar, tell us, what's your favorite part about being an XP laner?
Oh, well, for being in the XP lane, it's... Okay, there's this thing where I always see XP lane as who decides to give up lane control first. Because I always see it as, okay, you guys can hold the lane, but at one point, XP laners have to leave the lane to join team fights, right? Either for a nearby turtle, or they're both invading, or you need to help defend your jungle. And this is why I love playing like 5-man, especially with the casters, because I trust you guys that in a 5 versus 4 situation, you guys will be able to make it out of it. And that gives me room to just split push and open up the map. I'm that type. I'm the guy who goes, trabaho lang. I'm just gonna focus on the turrets. This is what I'm gonna do. It's not like I won't join team fights. Of course I'll join team fights, but that's my favorite thing, because at this point you get a feeling for it, like, umalis na siya, he left lane, I can push, and then maybe I can even push 2 turrets because they got wiped out or a lot of them went down and they need to go back before they can defend. This is gonna give them a hard time.
So again, guys, we're happy to be able to share with you the mindset of an XP laner. But let's highlight Rose's specialty here. As a jungler, what's your favorite thing? Kung kanina ayaw mo yung parati kang pinag-iinitan, there's so much attention on you. Well, what's something that you love about being a jungler?
Thing I love about being a jungler, pwede bang sabihin KDA? Joke. Joke lang.
You have an all-time KD. Your KD is double digits most of the time.
Hindi. Probably my favorite part about being the jungler kasi is yung I think it comes when yung comeback yung game, yung tipong natatalo na kayo tapos you make a good play and then you manage to bring victory to your team. I feel like the satisfaction behind being a carry for your team is just something you can't necessarily get from playing other roles.
True.
Yeah,
True.
yung tipong sasabihin nila back, but you know you can fight, so you're just gonna go in and then you actually do perform, and then you know it could bring a comeback, and then just like sabi ko sa'yo kaya ko eh, but then you underestimated me, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then second to that KDA talaga eh.
And I think you can see this even in the pro scene, like not even in just our level of ranked games. Kasi kahit sa pro scene, Reptar, I think you'll agree with me, man. When we're guessing who the MVP is, whenever we're wrong, it just suddenly swerves to the jungler.
Yeah. It does happen. And I agree with Rose yung sinabi niya na, especially if, because I jungled from time to time, I'm still not great at it, but sometimes you have those moments talaga na sabihin natin bad early game, nahirapan ka, pero pag binigyan ka lang ng oras mag-farm, biglang comeback, tas marinig mo si ate announcer, either Maniac or Savage. It's like, I'm ready, let's go, I'm back.
I love how Ray actually put it. The bida-bida factor. It's 50-50. Pwedeng bida-bida kasi anong ginagawa mo, pero pag nanalo kayo, it's you eh. It's on you.
Yun nga.
Okay. All right. So you like that? Like this is the other end of the spectrum for you, Rose. It's the good spotlight. It's the good kind of attention. Kasi you're in control. You won the game.
Yeah. Kasi diba usually, I mean, there's like a stereotype out there na hindi marunong maglaro ang mga babae. So it's like once you're a girl at tapos nabuhat mo sila, it's like, oh, what now? Fight me. You know that kind of thing? So parang, I mean, it feels good as well, but then it also feels good that you're telling the bashers that, you know, I can do it.
Yeah.
I'm a girl.
You know what? I'm sad. The few times we were able to play, medyo lag. I don't know why we're not in the same server. Like,
Yun
honestly. But yes, when the few times that I played with Rose, siya bumuhat sa akin. So legit yun, guys. Ito yun. Huwag niyong isipin na porket babae yan, yung kalaro ninyo, they can only play Angela or something. Like, sometimes they're the best Granger player in the game, you know? So, get out of here. Like, get out of your mind and respect. Put respect on it. But, real quick, may nagsabi dito, nung nagpa-flash tayo ng players, Renmar, mali yata tayo. Are you sure na ang nag-inspire sa'yo para mag-XP laner ay hindi si Baloyski?
Hanggang dito, hinabol pa ako ng meme na yun. Rose, like, if you don't know, kasi may meme sa community na
Okay.
si Greed at saka si Renzo magkamukha daw. So,
Uh-huh.
everyone, someone
There's
says
two
like,
players.
yeah. Pag sinabi like, let's say, mukha ni Greed or Baloyski, tas sasabihin ng tao, ay si Renjo yan. Pero pag kay Renjo, sasabihin nila, ay si Greed o Baloyski yan.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Hanggang dito, inaabol pa ako ng meme na yun. Ano ba yan? Oh,
You know-
alam ko si Renjo yun.
You know how crazy this is because at one point, I think in their most prolific time in the MPL, the Dynasty Age, magkasama pa sila sa team. Sila pa yung magkamukha. How'd that happen? Guys, champion yung dalawang yan. Ba't yun naman ginaganyan? Pero sige, let's move on. So, that's our favorite things and least favorite things about our roles in MLBB. But, here's a question. How do you deal with it when you're playing in solo queue? Tapos, biglang may magiging pasaway. Sabihin nila, ako yan. Ako na lang yung jungler. Ako na lang yung XP lane. What do you do? I mean, maybe besides switching roles, how do you calibrate internally para sabihin, sige, I'll let go of my role for now. Renmar, let's start with you. What do you do to be able to adjust kapag sabihin natin hindi na open yung XP?
Nakawan ko sila ng farm. Joke. No, honestly, just adjust to it, dude. Like, well, I know you said other than adjusting, cause like I said before, solo queuer ako madalas, and I'm okay with adjusting to it. But if they have a bad game, gonna kind of ashamed to admit it, but sometimes, you know, I kind of remind them that ginusto mo yan eh. Muntikan na kami matalo dahil sa'yo eh. Pero, ano, at the end, sasabihin ko rin naman na nice. Bigay ng like. Pero pag OS
Yun na lang.
na, secret report. Especially kung nagta-trash talk siya. Pag nagta-trash talk lang, of course. I'm not the type of guy who reports like just people who aren't playing well. Like, if you give me a reason to report you, if you're being toxic, especially pag tas sinabi mo pa na, ay gusto ko maglaro niyan, wag kayo maglaro, ako lang yan, then toxic rin yung attitude nila, doon ako magre-report.
Okay, in all fairness, if you take my role from me, I consider that toxic, so I'll report anyways. Joke lang. Hindi mo ba nakita? Nag-show na ako ng thumbs eh, pero jokes aside, that's a good way to adjust, and that's a good way of thinking about the game, no? Na parang it's still a game, so we're still here to have fun, and people need to play and adjust accordingly. Real quick before we move on to the discussion, Renmar, Rose, we have a very special guest on the stream. The man who broke the code
Ooh!
is Coach Yeb. He's watching.
Hi, Coach Yeb!
Rose, this is the guy who beat Blacklist.
Blacklist, yeah, I know.
Coach
Yung mukha ni Rose parang, hi, Coach. Hi. I'm Rose, by the way. Hello.
Bro, nakarating ng Malaysia yung ginawa nyo. Ice film.
It's viral here kaya. Pinag-uusapan
talaga?
siya sa supporter group ko nung isang araw. Like, oh my God, Blacklist, lost for the first time this season. They lost to Onyx. I'm just like,
In a sweep
Okay.
too.
okay.
In a
Joke,
sweep
joke.
too. Oh my God. But that aside, Coach Yeb, thank you so much for dropping by. I think si Coach Yeb he's a post 4 or a jungler. The last time I spoke to him, parang Harley specialist siya. So,
Nice.
he tends to have fun. Even in our young, ripe age, he's still mechanically gifted. So, yeah, good to know. I completely mean everything I said. Now, Rose, how about you? How do you deal with adjusting? Kunyari, hindi ka na pag-jungler or linayo sa'yo yung pinakamamahal na marksman. What do you do?
So, besides mga aawain ko siya, joke, hindi talaga ako nang-aaway. Mabait ako, promise. Okay, so, like what Renmar said talaga, we have to give way. Kasi, pag naging matigas ka, mas lalo ka nilang, I swear, they're gonna troll you even more.
True.
It's like, diba? So, what I do is I just like take the next best thing. So, if I cannot get jungler, I'll go to gold lane. Kasi, I know gold lane, late game, may potential din na buhatin yung team eh.
Yep.
Diba? Kasi, like, there's a lot of people who are very, very stubborn. Papasok sila, diba? Papasok sila. auto-lock, you know? And you cannot do anything about that. Tapos, pagkakausapin mo sila, wala, patay mali siya, parang walang nangyayari. So, I just suggest to like, give way, pabayaan mo sila, take the next best thing you can play, or like play mage, or play gold lane. As long naman na you're doing your best, it shouldn't be a problem. But if you lose because of them, then, you know, you can just say, I told you so, pero don't say that. Report na lang. Huwag ka na makapag-away.
Okay, so
Yeah.
step 1 is do your best. Tapos kapag wala pa rin, that's when the red button comes in.
Yeah, that's why it's there.
Right. You know what? I trust in Moonton for many reasons, but I also have trust in the reporting system. So maayos din yan. Actually, it's been a while since I've ran into someone who's just completely toxic. So
True.
okay na
Yeah.
din.
Ako din.
I'm glad that even in my solo queue or duo, trio adventures, sometimes with you guys, wala naman tayong nakakitang masyadong, alam mo yun, pasaway. So, again, hoping for the same luck with everyone. Now, let's talk about our Lodis. And I'm talking about pro players. Ang dami yung naisip na sinabi ko Lodis. But who are your favorite players in your specific role? Unahin na natin si Rose. Ladies first. Ang paboritong jungler ni Rose ay si
Wise. I like Wise. Kasi, okay, so, bago lang ako nanood ng MPL, last season lang, Philippines, sa MPL Philippines, kasi, you know, I didn't know anybody there, and like, so, that time, I entered, tapos I was like, kasi, di ba, they used to, all this hyper carry last season, it was like a very blacklist international thing, and then it got to me, and then my viewers were like, Rose, why not try this? It's a meta by this Filipino team. So I joined. It was the finale yun nun yung grand finals. Tapos nakita ko nun, I was like, oh, okay. And then that's when I started following Blacklist kasi I like the way they play, you know, parang ano lang sila, very composed. Hindi sila they don't make rash decisions. They're very composed. They're like, okay, you know what? Di natin kaya to, we farm. Hindi sila yung tipong susugod lang sa war 24/7 because there are teams like that, diba? So, when I watched his gameplay, and I was like, okay, he's very patient. He's a very patient jungler. There are some junglers yung tipo pag natatalo na, yung gusto na lang mag-away para, you know, kahit 50-50 yung war, papasukin niya. So, I was like, okay, why is this a very, like, he's a very patient jungler. He really thinks thoroughly before he enters. Kasi if he knows if he enters, especially with the Aldous meta, parang mahirap pag namatay siya, who's gonna give out the damage? 'Di ba? Wala na magbibigay ng damage eh. So he thinks, and I like that about him. So that's why ever since then, I've been supporting Blacklist.
Okay. There's confirmed Blacklist International talaga. May mga agent sa Malaysia, and then Rose is one of them. And I love it how you put it, honestly. And how perfect, because Wise, I think, is still more of a marksman than an assassin.
Yeah.
So, swak. Pasok na pasok ang comparison. How about you, Renmar? Who are your, alam ko kasi ikaw multiple, so I'll just put it out there.
Yeah.
Who are your favorite players in your role?
I put up 3 actually. It's Delarski, Flap TZ, and Ribo. Lodis, excuse me lang, Lodis. Sorry po. Let me just talk about you guys, Lodis. Thank you. Delarski, ever since he came into the league, I've always just been hearing great stuff about him, and of course seeing great stuff. His great gameplay, how he plays the XP laner. Actually, this was the most difficult to pick specific players for, because I don't know, with a lot of the XP laners, it's hard to find one who just stands out as not good. Everyone just seems to be great on the XP role. But I picked them because, of course, for Delarski, when I see him play the Toms, one of my favorite picks in that lane, along with him playing the Uranus from time to time, Flap TZ ng Season 6, when he introduced himself to the world. And I mainly picked those two because we have a lot of shared heroes. Barretts, Tams, Lapu-Lapu, Uranus, Esmeralda. Those are my favorite heroes to play as well. I wanted to put in Edward, but Edward and I just don't share the same hero pool outside of the Barretts, usually. And we know Edward, when I think of Edward, I just imagine Benedetta, Paquito. And I'm not a great Paquito player myself. I miss a lot of my combos. Minsan lang talaga that I could pull off a crazy play for Paquito. And then, of course, Ribos there because, of course, the GOAT. And he's played so many roles. And I connect with that on like a personal level as a solo queuer. It seems like he just knows how to adjust to the situation. Whatever his team needs him to be, he'll try to be. And I'm like that as a player as well. That's why para sa akin, tatlo yan, and those three are the ones who come to mind.
All right. So, do you also want to be GOAT?
I know I can't be, but maybe... Wait, I'm trying to think of an acronym. I want to be a gem. There we go. I want to be a gem.
What is gem?
Good enough, man. Gem lang ako.
I regret asking. As soon as it left my lips. So what does gem mean? Oh no. Good enough, man. Okay. Oh no, that's what it means. Wait.
Yeah.
No. Don't mention that in front of Madam A, alright? Never say gem in front of Madam A kasi tatanungin niya na ibig sabihin nun. If you know, you know. But, alright. Interesting. Good enough, man. May isa kang gold laner tapos dalawang XP laner. Alright, those are your lobbies. I think it's time for us to open up the discussion to the fans, alright? You guys watching at home, let us know. Here is our question for you. It's time for us to ask for your backup. What's the most difficult role to play? Para sa inyo, ano yung pinakamahirap na role sa MLBB? Honestly, I think a few people already started this discussion in the chat. Post 4 or 5 daw. Basically, mid or tank. Let's start it up. We will read chat as it comes in. So guys, answer the question. What's the most difficult role to play? Renmar, what's the most difficult role to play for you?
For me, jungler. It's not in my system to be a jungler. I mean, again from time to time I play it, but because of how I've gotten used to playing side lanes plus mid or roam, as a jungler, medyo madali ako nawawala sa flow ko eh. Kasi pag jungler ka, it's either you clear up jungle real quick, try to get a kill, help, gank. If not, go back, focus objectives. But yung utak ko nasa roam or support mindset pa or side lane mindset, which is, okay, I'm gonna try to split push. Oh, okay, I'll see if I can set up. But wait, why am I trying to set up? I'm an assassin here. I'm a tank. I mean, I'm a jungler. I shouldn't be doing this. Ay, behind na ako sa farm kasi masyado akong mabagal. And I'm trying to improve on that. I've been practicing Lancelot, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just too old and too slow now for that.
Come on. You're the gem, all right? You're the gem Lancelot. Pero sige, okay. Renmar finding it hard to play the jungle. We have a few answers coming in through chat. We have Paul says side lanes, Chico post 5, so roamer. JM says the same thing, roamer. Larry says core, so jungler. That's 2 now, I think. Mike says mid lane, so post 4. Yung mage. Aaron says tank. Alfred says core. Andrew says tank. For the first time, may nagsabing gold lane. Huh. Okay. Rose, you started in the gold lane.
Yeah.
Rose, as a marksman, you started in the gold lane. Do you think that's difficult right now for you? Or ano ba? What's the most difficult role to play?
To me, the most difficult role to play is probably tank. Kasi, remember, I said, my favorite thing about being the jungler is KDA. Pag tank ka, wala eh. Ikaw yung sacrificial lang talaga ng team mo eh, you know? So, but no, jokes aside, tank is very mahirap to me kasi feeling ko, first of all, you need to roam, open vision, you know? You need to open the map kasi pag hindi, mag-gank yung core mo, ikaw may kasalanan no, hindi mo binuksan eh. Unless na lang kung talaga blindsidedly he walked in on the bush, diba? Pero I feel like the tank always gets the responsibility kasi siya yung nagsha-shot call, siya yung nagsasabi na, okay, we can fight or we cannot fight. Or like, you know, I can tank for you or I cannot tank for you. Those are the stuff that a tank has to go through and a tank has to think about before he initiates a war. Siya din kasi mag-i-initiate majority of the time, diba? Siya yung papasok. So yeah, tank is pinakamahirap for me.
He or she might initiate. I know quite a few amazing tank players in my day. Muted from Next Play Evo's Tempest is one I remember. Malupit na pos 5 yon. But you're right. It is so difficult, again, both mechanically and mentally, to be able to make that call and to discipline yourself. And for other people, you have to make sure that they don't do their jobs wrong and give them the information. I know what that's like. Even at the highest level, yung mga tanks talaga ngayon ang may mataas na game IQ talaga. Here's a few of them right now. Let's talk about these guys. Si Miko, na merong at least ngayon damit. Si EJ, the winningest sixth man of MPL Philippines history, world champion in his own right. 69 pala yung number niya sa jersey. Nice. Fly Solo. I'm a little sad we didn't get to see Fly Solo in season 8.
Yeah, I think Fly Solo's taking more of a behind-the-scenes role, similar to EJ. And again, I will always praise the sixth men of teams that we don't regularly see. Kahit hindi sila naglalaro, sobrang malaki yung epekto nila para sa team. They help the coach, they help with morale. They're a lot. They do a lot. This man does a lot, Mr. Fundamental. Heath, yeah, he's a great player.
All right. Oh, Ben Things. Sir Ben. Oh, man. I really love tank players. Oh, si Light. Oh, very anime. Also, tank players have a vibe. I don't know. When you see a tank player, there's a silent swag to them. And of course, when I say the word swag, who comes up? Ako si Doggy, tandaan mo, mas pogi ako sa'yo. It's just perfect. Idol Yawi. Rose, I have a question for you. Do you get the same thing? Meron din bang swag? Meron din bang vibe dyan, like the MPL MY players? Do you feel a certain energy from them?
Certain energy from them. Wala naman eh.
What?
Parang, mga ano lang sila yung mga chill lang, no? Mga,
You sure?
Pare-parehas lang sila.
You sure? Let me bring up one. How about Zorn?
Zorn is very nice. People think na, na snobbish siya. Kasi di ba he likes to play with his recall and stickers and freestyle and all that kind of stuff. Pero he's actually a very nice person. He's a very quiet person once you meet him. Mababait naman sila. They're all very chill lang, promise. Wala sila yung parang mga, parang wala naman silang vibe ata eh. Yung kakaibang vibe, like parang, the tank vibes,
I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I put them up on a pedestal. But for sure, ako si Doggy, tandaan mo mas pogi ako sa'yo. That's for sure. That's true. There's evidence of that happening. We hear that every day on broadcast. So, yeah. Take that.
I think I need to say though, hindi sinasabi ni Leo na mas pogi siya kaysa kay Doggy. Doggy really says that in the trailer for content.
Yeah.
In the commercials for MPLPH. Maririnig nyo din yan. I'm sure you guys have heard that.
Like,
also.
throughout the breaks, you'll see this video that replays at least several times a day. Ako si Doggy mas pogi ako sa tanda mo. Like, something like that. And it's stuck in our heads. But, that aside, let's run through some final shares. Oh, si Doggy na naman. At least via the EGG network page. Even our international fans are still saying, tank roll. Tank roll is very difficult. George, the hardest role is to convince your team to take objectives. That's something else.
Oh, that's something else. May pinaghuhugutan yun ah.
Yeah, George, we have to talk about this, bro. Like, that's something else. All right. But before we close up the discussion, thank you guys so much for coming to our heed, for sharing your answers for our question of the day. Let's go ahead and check out the MPL Season 8 standings before we close up shop here. Ooh. And I don't know. Week 6 was pretty spicy. Honestly, I'm surprised that no one is actually out just yet.
Yeah.
And that just means teams are playing out of their minds, even the ones who are struggling. And the ones on top are also just kicking ass, man. Blacklist, Onyx, secured upper brackets, if I'm not mistaken. Next Play Evos, secured for the playoffs. And then 4 to 8, it's the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, it still is. Despite what happened, TNC may chance pa naman talaga sila makapasok sa playoffs. It's very, very minimal, but it's not impossible. It's still there. Bren Esports as well, delicado. They have to get their wins. What I love about the standings is kasi Si Ginoong Valdez, Himrael, he always posts like the equations for that. It's the same thing that we see as well for our sheets. And I love how the community is now working together to help interpret it. Before, it was always just like, up, Ginoong Valdez pasabi naman ano meaning nito. Now, I see a lot of people like doing their own math. Last night, midnight, couldn't go to sleep thinking about his team. So he was like, all right, let me see if I can crunch the numbers. Wait, I think that means we're secured in the playoffs. And then like sometime around, weirdly enough, midnight or like 1 a.m., Himrael comes out with an update. Yes, Next Play Evos has secured their slot for the playoffs. It's like, oh nga no. And then another great member of the community as well mentioned about how it's parang mas taas yung chance right now ng TNC and Echo to be the ones who'll fall out. Like if you look at the numbers. And I love that, again, I love that the community works together to help interpret things like that now. Because admittedly, even we have difficulty doing that sometimes because ang daming scenario na kailangan tignan mo dyan and it's never easy to look at the standings. So week 7 is, kahit day 1 pa nga lang, that's already gonna be a super important day for the playoff picture.
No doubt. So, yeah, this is the last spreadsheet you're gonna see before we close up the season next weekend. Rose, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Besides your favorite, besides Blacklist International, anyone else you're keeping your eyes on here in MPL Philippines?
So besides Blacklist, I feel like I have my eyes on Next Play Boss kasi diba they weren't, parang it's I have to say it's kind of their season, even though they're like not at the top, but they are making really good plays. They are winning their games. They're doing their stuff. They want to secure that playoffs, and who knows, baka sila pa mag-champion. It's always the people who you think that won't make it, that they actually end up making it. Because parang they're full force sila this season.
More than. But I agree.
Diba?
Definitely keep your eyes on Next Play Evos for one reason or another. It's either because they're gonna make an interesting run for the championship or close to it, or they're just gonna perform. Again, it's so fun to watch and to cast Next Play Evos games. Ah, man. Next Play Evos to! I just had to. That's my favorite emote, bro. That's my favorite emote. I just gotta say. Speaking of, Rose, do you have a favorite new Filipino emote?
Wait, may tanong ako ha. May tanong lang ako.
Oh,
Ano yung sinasabi nung emote ng Blacklist? Hindi ko maintindihan eh.
Oh, break the code. Break the code. Yun.
Oh my God. Palagi ko siyang ginagamit. Hindi ko talaga malaman kung anong sinasabi niya.
Alright, so, again, to our friends in Tier 1, to our friends in Blacklist International, maybe there's some... Again, I thought this the first time I heard it. I thought this the first time I heard the emotes. We're done with the scores, by the way. Like that's we're just closing up shop. At legit, kala ko talaga kulub siya. Kasi
diba? Hindi ko maintindihan.
Like you guys, I love the team. I love everything that they stand for. It's just the sticker kind of disappoints me in that sense.
That's why. See? Kaya ako tinanong eh.
But that's still your favorite?
Yeah. Syempre.
Okay. Renmar, ikaw. Ako, Next Play Evos to eh.
My favorite sticker is the Onyx sticker, mainly because it feels good to use it. Like, let's say you want a big team fight. Yung sound effects ng Onyx sticker, it's very whimsical, it's childish. There's like, it's Onyx time. It's like, daming mga ganun pa. So it's like, yeah, that's right, I'll beat you up. It's Onyx time.
Just
yeah,
weird
that's good.
Or does it sound like Diggy?
Oh yeah, it kind of sounds like the sound effects for Diggy.
May ano siya.
Yung clocks. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So it's just what word am I looking for? It's obnoxious.
Yeah,
okay.
there. It's like, especially if you're using it to like, get into the mind games with your opponents. But
Pipikon talaga.
My personal favorite is Echo Loud, Echo Proud. Whoever did the voice for the Echo sticker, a lot of people have a crush on you because it's so like, okay, we hear you. We hear you.
To be fair, without the nice G part of TNC, it sounds like it's the same voice actress.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Or they sound
I
like
think
they're
it'd be
friends.
related.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They work in the same studio. I don't know. But yeah, to be fair, the stickers are great. Waiting for the time that we actually get the Omega sticker. Lalo na ngayong medyo mainit sila. But yeah, I think we'll close up shop. We had a interesting show today. Thank you so much for joining us. Our special guest, Rose and Renmar. You guys are amazing coming to the show. Rose, let's head on out of here. What are your last thoughts, your final shout-outs, and where can people find you on social media?
Okay, so thank you guys for having me. Thank you to EGG and to Kuya Leo. I call him Kuya. Magalit
Okay lang.
I really had fun today kasi parang first time ko participate in a Tagalog-English kind of talk show or whatever it is. I never really speak Tagalog outside of my house, so it's been a pleasure. You guys can find me on Facebook, Rose Gaming. You guys can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at Poetry of Roses. I post there regularly. I also stream on Twitch. On Twitch, Plays by Rose. I hope you guys had fun today. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see more of you guys in the near future.
Love it. Thank you. I almost forgot that you called me Kuya there. But okay, Renmar, how about you, buddy? Where can people find you, and what are you up to in the near future?
I'm at Esports Reptar everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Thank you as well to Manong Leo for inviting me here today. And no, I'm kidding. This was really fun. Great to meet Rose for the first time, hang out with her here. And I was gonna have like a message. All right, yeah. I know we're going through a lot wherever you are in the world. What we're going through is difficult. Sometimes it might be easier for some people, or for some reason makes us feel better to spread negativity. But let's focus on bringing positivity in the world. Good vibes. Hate is loud, but love is proud, baby. Love you all.
And all of you too, Renmar. All of you too. Thank you so much for joining us again, Rose and Renmar Santa Cruz. Let's head on out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of everyone making this possible, behind the camera, we have Kaysaya, George, Jamal, Ash, Rob, are our friends making this show what it is from EGG Network. And of course, all of you guys watching. Maraming salamat for dropping by here, Request Backup. I'll see you guys next week for our third episode. And of course, this weekend at MPL Philippines Season 8. It's week 7. Konti na lang guys, playoffs na. Parati kayo mag-iingat. You can reach me throughout all social media here. Never mind, I'm not going to try to point out anymore. At LeoCastPH, add a .com if you want to check out my website. Let's get on out of here. Take care and stay healthy. Bye!
Request backup!